We are Creative Works.
Creative Works! Coming to you live from the Creative Works Theater in New York City, it's Creative Caviar! Tonight, we're proud to welcome our Creative Works teammates, Daniel Enriquez, Jenny Chung, Matt Lindley, and me, Kim Snow, to chat about how brands can tell better holiday stories on YouTube. And now, your host, Jeff Miner.
Hello everyone and welcome to Creative Caviar, the show that serves up the richest insights produced by Google's Creative Works team. And today I'm thrilled to welcome my friend and colleague, the one and only Kim Snow.
Hi everyone, and hello Jeff.
Hi Kim, explain this.
All of this? Well, I heard we were talking about nostalgia, and has it ever been more popular than now? This 80s wave that's sweeping the nation and all our favorite content, so I wanted to represent.
Now, we really need to think about the role of emotion more broadly in holiday storytelling. There's a standard blueprint that holiday ads follow.
It's called Making Me Cry, and my mascara cannot handle that. So what I think is important is to take a good look at your brand. I think you can find some flexibility in your voice and in your tone and kind of break out of just that end of the emotional spectrum.
When you say flex in the brand's voice, what exactly do you mean?
For some reason, when we get to holiday work, we kind of forget who we are the rest of the year. It doesn't have to be sad at the holidays. We want to feel good. We want to feel good. So if you've got the power for that, bring it to the table.
Well, and I think it connects to something that we've learned in all of our research over the years, which is that complex emotional cues. So think things like surprise, humor, even just being content or nostalgia like we've been talking about. That can be a really powerful hook for not only grabbing the attention up front, but also holding people's attention as they go through the ad.
When you get a complex emotion, it's surprising. It does grab you. You're like, well, I haven't seen this before. It feels like a lot of care went into the story, and you want to hang out and see where it goes. And I think that's true specifically for nostalgia. You kind of get this high. You feel soothed. It's kind of wonderful, and you want to see where they're going to take it.
People see that it works, and many brands are starting to incorporate it into their campaigns.
So once there's a hot topic like nostalgia, of course everyone wants to try it out. And some brands do it great. Like, it's almost like they're naturally set up to do it. Perfect. Not every brand gets it right.
They put on some post-production effects, and what we see is that just doesn't move the needle really at all, and it almost comes off like it's a shortcut that the brand is taking. When the story is actually serving the production, simple things like video effects or a soundtrack change can make a really, really big difference.
Come back with me to yesteryear, 2020, November, and we were doing an experiment on nostalgia because it was such a hot topic. We wanted to unpack it a little bit. We partnered with Puma. So we have this great asset, and we're like, well, it's already based in memory, so all we can do is kind of amplify that. So we looked at some of the things that we look at all the time, narrative structure. Great soundtrack was coming in way later than it needed to. So we kind of restructured how the story unfolded, got that music in there sooner. And I think the other thing that really made a big difference was adding this retro filter. Again, if you do it perfunctorily, it doesn't have much impact, but when there's so much memory wrapped in it and the whole story's unfolding in that way, magic. It all really came together, and we loved it, but the good news is the audiences loved it too.
Our brand is very historic. It's been around since 1948. It has a rich history in sports and fashion and culture. So nostalgia works extremely well for us. But for another brand, it might be a different type of emotion. It might be humor, it might be FOMO or something else.
When we say the audience loved it, best-in-class lift in brand consideration, exceeding the benchmark by almost 2x, which is great. More importantly, it was in the lead up to the holidays. Even more importantly, it cut through at a time when the culture was really focused on other things. What audiences are flocking towards is those atmospheres that turn the ad into a vibe.
You don't have to be a TV show to transport the audience. We're open to it in the ad space. We love it. And so the real action item here is to find your voice in that space. Bring it to the table, because when you do it right, it feels like a gift to the audience.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Kim Snow, thank you for joining the show.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. And I hope we look back on this segment one day nostalgically.
Yeah, I think we will. We'll be back after this.
Once upon a holiday, in fact, a holiday season just like ours, marketers asked, how can I make magic for my brand this season? Well, one can only enter that by getting a little magical themselves. Cette année, Creative Works va vous faire revivre la magie des fêtes de fin d'année en vous dévoilant quelques secrets bien gardés autour de ce qui fait la réussite d'une publicité. Débutez votre message de manière impactante. Saisissez le moment, touchez votre audience au cœur et marquez les esprits dès les premières secondes. Présentez-vous. Ne soyez pas timide, votre audience veut savoir qui leur parle. Mettez votre audience en avant. Montrez que vous avez compris leurs besoins en mettant en scène une histoire et un casting pertinent. Invitez votre audience à devenir acteur de votre histoire. Utilisez un call to action qui fera le pont entre votre publicité et leur prochaine destination. Plus que tout, n'oubliez pas que les fêtes de fin d'année ont une signification différente pour chacune et chacun. N'hésitez pas à raviver l'esprit de ce moment de l'année en racontant une histoire qui résonnera auprès de toutes et tous, partout. Gardez en tête que créer de la magie pour votre marque est un souhait facile à réaliser.
Tis the season for experimentation. Time to find out about that thing. You know, the thing you've always wondered about in your ads. You're going to want to get started early. So we're here to help you look at the top 3 areas for holiday 2022. Jenny, let's talk about animation during the holidays.
With all the production challenges of the past 2 years, animation has become hot because it's proven to be so effective.
Why is that, Jenny?
We think that's because consumers are so used to the usual real-life casting and settings we see in ads. Animation just stands out from other ads and still allows you to communicate something fresh. All of this makes animation an ideal playground for experimentation.
Next up, call to action.
What does it look like in a holiday season? Imagine you're sitting on your couch on Christmas Eve. You realize you forgot to buy a gift for your favorite aunt. What message would you like to see? That's right, the ads that makes it easiest for you to make your aunt happy. Next day delivery,
Awesome.
same day pickup,
Even better.
same day curbside pickup.
Unbelievable.
Now the ads have helped you solve the problem, and even better, your aunt won't know the difference. Lifesaver. So brands, be bold, be specific, be a lifesaver.
Lastly, can I do something completely non-holiday, like something I made last summer?
The holidays are hard to escape. Everywhere you look, there's massive displays, end of season sales. Do you even remember any of these?
Probably not.
Our research says something similar. Successful holiday stories were less dramatic than what we typically associate with this time of the year. So test out functional, emotional messages. And start now. Your audiences are ready now.
So animation CTAs, and who knows, maybe even something decidedly non-holiday for the holidays this year.
Now back to you, Jeff.
Hi, I'm Billy,
And I'm Allison.
and we're here to talk to you about some of our greatest holiday hits.
Our greatest video action hits. Some of you may remember Make the Product the Ad. Now is not the time to distract with story. Please, let's keep focused. Eyes on the prize.
And who could forget keeping the reasons to believe specific and grounded. Don't oversell or explain. Make it easy for us to want to act.
And speaking of acting, make your CTA clear, specific, and natural within the ad. Taking the next step should be straightforward and enticing, so don't get too heavy.
Never get too heavy. But you know, Alison, the more I think about this time of year, there's the worry. The worry that everyone needs new presents.
But when it comes to video action campaigns, Billy, there's no need to create new ads for the holidays. Most of the top performing action ads for peak didn't have an obvious seasonal theme.
But as we said about being grounded with CTAs, avoid superlatives in descriptions and headlines. Keep it real and au naturel.
This holiday, of course, we want to give you many gifts, but specifically the gift of action. Just reach out today for even more of our leading guidance.
I'm Billy.
And I'm Allison.
And we're wishing you a very video action holiday.
Thank you everyone, and welcome back to Creative Caviar. And it is my absolute pleasure to welcome Daniel Enriquez to the show.
Hi everyone.
Now, Daniel is an insights manager on our team, and he has been hard at work trying to understand the nuances of holiday storytelling by region, which is something that comes up over and over again. So let's get into our creative mailbag G-Chat edition. Action, Dan, what do you say?
Sounds good.
What was most consistent across the 3 regions that you looked at?
Across the 3 regions, one important thing that was very consistent is that the Google searches related to retail vertical peaks in November. For EMEA and US, peak in late November, and for the LATAM region, peaks in early November. So this is so important because it helps us to get our campaign and all the planning prepared before the seasonality.
It means that we're doing our testing and learning right now. Most ads that run on YouTube hit for one objective. And if we do have multiple objectives, then we probably need multiple assets.
Exactly.
What was unique by each market?
Yeah, for example, in EMEA and the US, we saw that the top performing ads were more emotional oriented in the video content. Now, in LATAM, the most effective ads were more functional and product oriented.
In the markets where emotion was more prevalent, what was the most effective approach?
Less drama is better. There seems to be a happy middle ground. Sometimes this balance of mixed emotion is what best describes the holiday season.
Who among us hasn't experienced that? All right, let's wrap it up with one more question here, Dan. This is a common one, but do brands have to offer a promotion or discount to be effective during the holidays?
In LATAM, ads that provide an explicit promotion message perform 49% better versus ads with an implicit message. Simply put, LATAM consumers are more willing to see attractive promotions for this seasonality.
There wasn't much observations when it came to the US, EMEA, and other regions. What would you say regarding those regions who have this question?
When there are no consistencies in the data, that's when curiosity is our superpower, when experimentation is the best practice.
Daniel, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
Once again, I'm Jeff Miner. This has been Creative Caviar, and we are Creative Works.
Bienvenidos a la familia.
Creative Works. Welcome to the family.